So if you guys know me and have been following my videos, especially this week in Ranger merchandise, where I've talked about this one single item that I have been waiting for since the, I guess, press photos, I forgot where, but the first time they showed up, I think it was last year during the press release of Megaforce, but I was waiting, I was hoping on this week in Ranger merchandise, especially with Comic-Con, they showed all the new Bandai products, and they have finally been released in Toys R Us. So there we go. We have the complete Legacy Mask collection. And yeah, let's get to the review, shall we? If you guys are wondering how I obtained this product, I actually have a rant slash journey of how I got it that was previously uploaded to YouTube, my YouTube channel. And if you just go back one of my recent videos, just click that video. It's fairly entertaining. I don't know if it's entertaining, but it's just a lot of work to get this thing. But I did get it. Fairly happy with it, and I have not even opened it yet. Both sides of the tape are still intact. So let us talk about one of the most disappointing things about this. In my eyes, if you want to get someone's attention, especially with media advertising as a media major, box art and display is very, very key to get a person's attention, like I said before. This was awesome when I looked at like pictures online of just like the top of this. It got to the point where I looked down when I just got it today, and I look at it, I'm like, this is very boring. You know, Bandai didn't even put much work into it. I do get the fact that this is a very obscure packaging, but there's a lot of room here, especially this side and like on the back, that they could have used the space. So let's get to the thing. So here is the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo. We have in an embossed gold foil Legacy and regular just gold font mask collection with lightning coming out. This was actually really cool. I like this, but it's overused on this thing, like really overused. It is the 6 Rangers, very cool with the Green Ranger. You always see something like that. Never with Tommy, but that's actually really cool. As for like the display to show like the mask collection, I actually like this bubble packaging. Very cool. I really can't complain about that. That's really awesome. So it is Bandai 15 and up, kind of meaning that it is a collector's item. So you definitely don't want to give these to like a 8-year-old. Unless they know how to, you know, collect and are very careful with things and appreciate things. The barcode right here, if you guys want to scan it or save it so you can look at it you know, look it up on Toys R Us. Here we have the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo again, and again, you'll see that logo. Same thing on the other side, used. They could have honestly showed probably this side the Morpher or this side the Legacy Megazord, you know, display those, advertise them. Again, we have the story. It's always at least on every single 20th anniversary item. We have Power Rangers 20th anniversary logo, again 15 and up. And then we have, again, I told you, it's overused on this thing. And then Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So there's a lot of space over here that they could have utilized, but they chose not to, and on the top as well. So that is pretty much it. That was a weird sound. So let's get this opened right now. I think I've spent way too much time on the packaging. Alright guys, so we have it finally out of the packaging. This is like take 5 of this segment. So here we go. All the helmets are out and they are propped on this little stand. Pretty nice. And if you want to check out the bottom, that's what it looks like. So it's fairly hollow underneath. And then they put this plastic insert to put all the helmets on. Alright, so let me just give you a quick tour of the helmet area. And we got the Blue Ranger, and the way these things are labeled, it's via sticker, really. So there's gold foil for the coin, as well as the Blue Ranger, you know, text font with each Ranger respectively, and then they're just stuck on there via sticker, and that's pretty much how it is. The stickers themselves are alright. They're not always centered, like this one's more to the right, but this is Blue Ranger Pink Ranger, Red Ranger. And I do apologize if the Green Ranger comes out a little bit lime green. He's definitely not that. Yellow Ranger, and the Black Ranger. And if I give you a back view of this thing, that is what it looks like. Looks like the cockpit of the Megazord shot right there, and that's what it looks like on the side. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to do now is introduce each Ranger mask separately. So we're going to start off with, like how I always go, we should actually start with the Green Ranger because it's Dragon Zord comes first once they enter the 6th Ranger. So here we have the Green Ranger. I think this is definitely one of my favorites. I usually don't say Tommy's my favorite, because it's always the Mastodon, but this has to be one of my favorites. I love the detail on the Green Ranger, the Dragon Ranger, Tommy. This looks great, in my opinion. You know, everything's well done in this. The only thing I can complain about, and I want to complain about, is see how that the white here around the mouth, and you'll see it as well on the Red Ranger. It's fairly translucent. It's kind of, the underneath color blends in. It's not a pure white, but nonetheless, I love the details on this thing. Whoever did this, I'm not sure if these lines are hand painted on or hand lined. But this is pretty spot on. I'm not gonna lie. The paint on the diamond up front. Oh, this isn't silver. Oh well, I'm just kidding. But that's actually really nice. The gold around it is pretty nice as well. The mouthpiece on every single one is, in my opinion, is fairly nice. I really can't complain. So that's what Tommy's looks like. So I do again apologize if this thing comes up as a lime green, but it definitely is darker than that. So that's what the bottom looks like. So each one comes on a little peg there, and then you can split each helmet in half, like so. So that's what each one pretty much looks like. I'm not gonna go through each and every one, but you'll get the idea. Had I wished these things were, you know, solid, maybe. I'll get to the review portion later. So then we go to Mastodon. Definitely my second favorite helmet. I always liked, you know, Adam and Zach. They were definitely my favorite Rangers. So here we have the glossy Mastodon helmet. And I like glossy helmets. I don't know, there's just something about this. But the lines are nicely done here. You definitely can't see where they messed up. The only one right here is probably in the back. But, you know, no one's really going to look at that, right? You're not going to really see this when it's propped up on the peg. And then the mouthpiece looks fantastic as well. So, love glossy helmets. The yellow on there is actually really nicely done. It doesn't look like the color underneath bled through or it mixed with any color at all. So, nicely done Black Ranger there. And then we go to Pterodactyl Patera, whatever you guys want to call it. This is a matte and a semi-gloss, I want to call it. Definitely probably a glossy finish helmet. The matte finish is where the pink is. I know it kind of looks fuchsia on the viewfinder, so it might look fuchsia on your screen, but this is definitely a pink when you see it up in person. The white is pretty much all glossy. Yeah, there's really no matte finish for white here. Kind of feels like, but I don't think that's glossy. I mean matte. The lines here are nicely done. You can definitely see some light, you know, where they put lighter pressure on it. But this is pretty nice. I kind of like it. There's really nothing to complain about. There's like a tiny bit where the paint there wasn't enough paint on this, so there's a little bit of white showing through. The eyes look fantastic. They're where they should be. They're not overlapping on any other parts of the helmet. Then we go to Terra. I don't know why I said Terra. Then we go to the Blue Ranger. And the Blue Ranger is in a matte finish. And it kind of, you know, that's pretty much blue. This one's actually like more of, it's got some purple hints into it. The only thing I can really complain about in this one is the eyes. It kind of looks like it's yellow-green, not pure yellow here. But I really can't complain about everything else because this is really another one that's well done. The silver on here is pretty spot on. It's not, again, overlapping with any of the areas where it shouldn't be. And the visor looks nice as well. I haven't touched on the visor yet, but all these visors are pretty much glossy. This one kind of has a matte finish. I don't know, probably overspray. I don't know, but that's a nice feeling right there. That's a nice feeling. All right. Then we go to Saber-Tooth Tiger, which is in a, yeah, pretty much, it kind of looks matte and kind of feels matte, but it's kind of a semi-gloss gloss. You can definitely feel some of the matte on there. So this is one of the ones where you kind of have problems, and that's due to the fact that it's yellow, and you'll see a lot of defects or like just paint all over the place where you can see it. It's just really easily on a lighter color. So you can see where like the lines are kind of crooked, they're not straight, and stuff like that. Definitely my least favorite out of this whole collection. So there's that. But if you're from far away, you definitely can't see it. This is more of a collector's piece again. So there's that. Saber-Tooth Tiger. And then last but not least, the Red Ranger. The Red Ranger is in a matte finish, and it kind of looks lighter red, but it's definitely darker. Again, it is a matte. Actually, you know, it feels matte, and then in certain parts again feel glossy. It's really weird. But this is another one. This is definitely my third favorite, where it is lined up perfectly. Again, where it shouldn't be. Everything is where it should be. The lines are nice, especially on here. Very nice. Again, you'll see that white, like I said, with the Green Ranger back here. The red kind of seeps through. It's not all the way white or pure white. The teeth are really nicely silver. It's not on the white again, so I can't complain. And the mouthpiece looks like they put a lot of black into it. I don't know why. I think that's the only one where it's this dark. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. So there is all of the helmets together. And right now, I'm going to take you into my review portion. So the Legacy Mask Collection comes at $29.99, and it's a Toys R Us exclusive, so that's why it gets a pretty hefty price tag, and you won't be able to find this anywhere else. So the $29.99 could go either way depending on how you look at it. It could be negative, it could be positive, it could be too much for you for what it's worth. It could be, you know, a really good price for what it's worth too. Again, it just depends on where you look at it. In my opinion, it's kind of both. When I first saw this, I was really excited. The fact that we would get like the Japanese one. When I saw the Japanese one, I was like really interested. But you know, I don't really watch Sentai. I don't watch anything pre-Jew. You know, I don't know anything about those, to be honest. So I think introducing this was a brilliant idea by Bandai and Saban. And I thought we would get something a little bit different. I thought these heads were going to be separated. You can like have them in any formation that you want, but this isn't the case. You have them in one solid block. I mean, you could potentially do that, creating your own stands for each helmet, but that would be honestly too much work for me, for anyone in that matter. I also thought that these helmets were going to be these things were cool. I mean, if you could take it off, that's perfectly fine with me. But I didn't think that they would be hollow like this. I thought they would be, you know, one solid piece of metal or plastic. If they were a solid piece of metal, honestly, I wouldn't hesitate paying like $80 for them, knowing that it's quality. But knowing this now, you know, I'm kind of happy paying $30. Another negative, and probably the last negative I have, is just these labels. I mean, it's so cheaply done. They just made, I mean, the gold embossing, you know, the gold foil, gold lettering, gold coin, looks really cool, right? But I thought that they would be, you know, embossed on this plastic, not put on a label, then that label would be just slapped on to this this holder slash, you know, thing, whatever it's called. But you know, I'm a little depressed about that. So again, I don't know. But to be honest, where it really shines is the quality and detail of each one. You know, we do have the yellow one, like I said before, where it is, you know, you can see, definitely see the fine marks and where they kind of mess up, where they put more pressure than the other parts. But My favorite, my top ones, the Green Ranger, the Red Ranger, and Black Ranger, those are really well done in my opinion. Like, I can't complain about it at all. Um, so those things are awesome. I mean, granted that this one is my least favorite. I mean, these things are pretty well done too, but I mean, these things are pretty freaking sweet. I can't complain about like that. Um, I do like it how it's just one complete thing, and it's a lot lighter than expected. I thought it'd be heavier, but it's better on like shells like those things. So it's not like if I put this next to my like Legacy Megazord where it's all die cast, the shelf is not gonna fall or anything like that. So I can honestly just like pretty much lift it with one finger if I could. And I honestly thought the helmets were gonna be a lot smaller. I hadn't picked up the Japanese versions of like the Red Rangers, like I said before. So this was a good surprise for me. When I first like picked this up, I was like, I thought it was gonna be like that small, like the Legacy Mask Collection was gonna be that small. I was like, $30, really? But when I got it, when my dad arrived home with it, I was like, all right, it's worth $30 because it's really nice and big. You can put this on your collection like I will, and they can really see you know, each Power Ranger. And like I have a lot of friends that aren't into Power Rangers, and pretty much 99% of my friends aren't into Power Rangers. I am the 1%. Um, and you know, you'll be like, oh, cool, that's Billy. I remember him. Jason. Oh, Tommy. He was a BA. Like that's it's stuff like that that really gets to me. It's like when people look at it and they're just like, oh my gosh, I remember that. I love nostalgia factor. Nostalgia factor is one of the bigger things for me when I advertise stuff, or that gets to me when people advertise stuff. Like I saw the original packaging, like the Legacy original packaging for any Legacy item was just like that felt so nostalgic. Remember seeing those in stores, remember getting those for your birthday, Christmas, or anything like that. It was just like, oh my gosh, I remember that. And that's what I love about this. So $29.99 was honestly a really good price for me. I really can't complain, but I can complain. It's just I think the biggest part is like this label thing. That's my biggest gripe. I wish they would have done that or executed it a lot better. But again, this is just fantastic. It looks really clean, nice and simple, not too much. The only problem for me really is where I'm going to put this. I don't know. Honestly, my legacy shelf is really packed right now, and I have to rearrange a lot of things, and I don't want to do that because Figuarts are just so, I don't know, they just fall over all the time, especially the Armored Might figures. I don't know, they just keep falling all the time. So that's pretty much it, guys. In my opinion, I think you should definitely go for this if you're gonna be a completionist in the Legacy collection, for sure, for sure. Um, I mean, there's a YouTuber. He's a shoe collector as well. He's a shoe reviewer, Nightwing 2303 something like that, I think. And he actually picked this up. I was like, dude, you're my hero. And for him to pick something up because it was so nostalgic was like huge. I mean that's what makes Bandai Bandai and Saban a really good company. We might hate what they do, but it's just those things like shoe reviewers who like what shoe reviewer picks this up? What person's gonna pick this up? Like older people are gonna pick this up and be like, I remember this. This is awesome. I can't wait to display this. It's probably gonna be at someone's desk. At work and be like, oh my gosh, Power Rangers and stuff like that. Again, nostalgia factor, guys. So it's been me, Ranger Reviewer 07. I think that was a 7-minute lecture. Holy crap. So it's been me, Ranger Reviewer 07. Peace, love, Zordon. I'll check you guys later. Boom.
Looking for an excellent place to pre-order the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink Ranger? Look no further than BigBadToyStore.com, where they're accepting pre-orders today. Links in the description down below.